Second, I want to give double honors to the apostles of GMS that rule of wealth, and peace, blessings, salutations to the hopeful elect out there. And this is Shukwa Corral from GMS Virginia, coming back at you again through the spirit power of Yahweh Shem Rashad. Lord's will, you are edified with this lesson. This is going to be the parable of the sower. This is what Yahweh Shah spoke on. And we're living in such a lustful, greedy, selfish, deceitful, witchcraft, demonic, wicked empire that certain things that plague us, certain things that hit us, certain cares, certain women, children, life, jobs, etc. Comes up. Satan. We live in a satanic vibration. Esau, the so-called white man, which is the physical counterpart of Satan. He does the deeds and the biddings of Satan, spiritual demon Satan, who works ultimately for Yahweh, which he controls and have the so-called white man in the trick bag. Because these Edomites really believe that this infrastructure is gonna last forever underneath complete wickedness. But these deceitful thoughts. That's why you got to read Ephesians, the 6th chapter. You have to have that spiritual armor. To withstand the wiles of the devil. Esau makes things harder. Esau has made these women more bugged the fuck out. He's made your children more kind of like defiant. Everything's going up. Yes, indeed, truly believe things are going up, things are getting harder. But you can't always run to, what your mind, how you say, the first thing that comes up in your mind. You should seek counseling, and you should seek wisdom, knowledge, and understanding from somebody higher up. Because in these times, certain things can seem right, but ultimately, it's not good. So this is Mark 14 in the GNT. Again, Yahushua began to teach beside Lake Galilee. The crowd had gathered around him was so large that he got into a boat and sat in it. The boat was out in the water, and the crowd stood on the shore at the water's edge. So, we're out. Another thing, we're out and about on the highways and the byways, trying to bid our people into the, what is it? Sometimes I get this confused. The marriage. The Lord is, what is our bridegroom, which, he's going to come and we're going to be his bride. So we're bidding our people to hopefully elect in the marriage. And so this is also, yes, we speak out. We speak with how you say. We speak words. We speak of the gospel. We speak of the kingdom. We speak of reality. We speak of the thing that's going on amongst this captivity. But we also have to keep that eye and that beam and that focus and that, that contrite spirit even on us, because sometimes, us, basically we can't be a hypocrite, We can't tell we can't tell Jake not to do stupid things, and then we're out here doing stupid things as well. A lot of Jakes, they can quote the hell out of the scriptures, they can memorize scriptures, and, they're good at breakdowns, but if for some reason they never apply it to their life. So it says, saying he used parables to teach them many things, saying to them, listen, once there was a man who went out to sow grain. As he scattered the seed in the field, some of it fell along the path, and the birds came and ate it up. Some of it fell on rocky ground, where there was little soil. The seed soon sprouted, because the soil wasn't deep. Then when the sun came up, it burnt the young plants, and because the roots had not grown deep enough, the plants soon dried up. Some of the seed fell among thorn bushes, which grew up and choked the plants, and they didn't bear grain. But some seeds fell into good soil, and the plants sprouted, grew, and bore grain. Some had 30 grains, others 60, and others 100. And Yahushua concluded, listen, then, if you have ears. So it goes in the purpose of the parables. When Yahushua was alone, some of those who had heard him came to him with the 12 disciples and asked him to explain the parables. You have been given the secret of the kingdom of Yahweh. Yahushua answered, but the others who are on the outside hear all these things by means of parables, so that, and that's another thing too, if we are in this thing, it's very important that we walk it like we talk it. We can't just be out here talking and not walking. This is not a thing. This is not Christianity where, niggas change themselves and love the world and love America and they love your oppressor. And this is not a Muslim doctrine where, you just you just you just basically say you're a Muslim, but you're still a nigga. And this is something that we got to completely change ourselves and really, fight those battles, those mental challenges, So, sometimes you got to get beside yourself. So they may, they may look and look, yet not see. They may listen and listen, yet not understand. For if they did, they would turn to Yahweh, and he would forgive them. And this goes into Yahweh explains the parable of the sower. The Yahweh asked them, don't you understand this parable? How then will you ever understand my parable? The sower sows Yahweh's message. Some people are like the seeds that fall along the path. As soon as they hear the message, Satan comes and takes it away. So, you have a lot of Jake come out. They hear, they hear that they're Hebrew Israelite. They hear scriptures they never heard before, and it sounds good to them. But ultimately, Satan chokes them up. As soon as they leave the camps, leaves the message, they go right around the corner, and the lust of this world, it just takes them on. The world is very strong. Elder Pasha always says, the world is very strong. It can lead you away. It can deter your thoughts. It can make something seem so fucking good to you, so appealing, but ultimately it's not the best. It's not a good choice. So it says, sometimes you got to struggle. Sometimes you got to suffer. You can't always run to things that's good because you always got to look at the bigger picture. That's why it's always good to have counseling. So it says, other people are like the seeds that fall on rocky ground. As soon as they hear the message, they receive it gladly, but it does not sink deep into them, and they don't last long. So when your trouble, and also the one before, Satan comes, you have instances where people come and start listening, and here goes Satan, the so-called white man with that Christianity love, that God loves everybody. So it says, but it does not sink deep into them. Yep, it goes one in and one and right out the other. So when trouble or persecution comes because of the message, they give up at once. See that? So, they hear it, but they don't take it into consideration. They don't really think about the whole picture. They don't really understand history of everybody, every Jake that really stood up against the so-called white man, or how you say, they did not want to be integrated with them, and they had basically a leg to stand on upon them. They basically were ridiculed and persecuted, and how much more. And one thing Jake failed to realize, once you call yourself a Hebrew, that's why, yes, it's a beautiful thing, but it's not beautiful because you really made yourself an enemy. For instance, right, if Esau was on a helicopter and he saw everybody walking in a straight line, he's not worried about all those people that's walking on a straight line. He's worried about those people that aren't walking on a straight line and turning right, And the common average Jake, so-called Negro, Latino, Hispanic, Native American, They're walking that straight, broad path straight into destruction. But it says, other people are like the seed sown among thorn bushes. These are the ones who hear the message, but the worries about this life, the love for riches, and all other kinds of desires crowd in and choke the message. So one thing you gotta really understand, certain things you just gotta say, fuck it, man. You know? You cannot care. Like the scripture says, he that try to save his life shall lose their life. And I'm not advocating nobody to be a fucking bum, a degenerate, lack ambition, drive, effort, passion, you get what I'm saying, that drive to better yourself. I'm not saying that not one bit, but you need to really understand what's important. And in this truth, like Elder Gabar always says, it makes you either better, or it brings out the worst out of you. There's no in between. So you really got to understand. Really, the important things of life is working out your attributes to grow them, so you can be a better vessel for Yahweh Shah. This is the love for riches and other kinds of desires crowd in and choke the message. Yep. And it says, and they don't bear fruit. But other people are like the seed sown in good soil. And, we can basically you can basically take the apostles of GMS as that, that good seed that fell in good soil. They hear the message, accept it, and bear fruit. Some 30, some 60, and some 100. So this isn't going to be long at all. This was something real quick. Just going in and touching about, the cares of this world. But you really got to understand, you're not going to save everybody. You're not going to keep women around. You're not going to always be able to please your children. I mean, you really, you're going to have to be blunt. Like brothers here in Virginia, we talk, I always tell everybody this, man. I don't trust no man that can't call his woman a bitch. I don't trust a man that doesn't believe in violence. And I'm not advocating. Well, I mean, it is what it is. But ultimately, Yahweh Shah is going to be the one that's going to bring violence. But you get what I'm saying. And a man that says, he only wants one woman. And there's other things out there I'm just throwing those things out there right now as we speak. But these in this world that we live in, you have to be real. You got to know yourself. You got to know your weaknesses, and you got to know your strengths. And all this trying to pussyfoot, be a nice guy, and try to be a lovable guy. I mean, that shit ultimately is going to lead you to failure. People are going to devour you. People are going to look at you as prey. They're going to take advantage of you. So you got to have a backbone. You got to stand firm. You got to stand tall. Like the Rock had a movie called Walking Tall. But that's pretty much it. Those waves edified. Shalom.